Alright, so yes, we have tons of open world games updates in this video, including this one right here. Very big news about an open world Superman game from the same team that is currently working on Gotham Knights. Plus, we have an update from an open world RPG we haven't heard much from, and that is Dragon Age 4. So what is going on with BioWare's next big adventure? We're going to talk about that one. And on the side of Sony, yes, it looks like the Sony Experience date has been leaked. This event is expected to be really big. It's coming up here in July, and we should be getting some really cool announcements. Plus, it looks like Ghost of Tsushima is getting a very big single-player expansion later this year, which is going to surprise a lot of people. And what are the SpiderMan developers up to as of lately? We've got a brand new update about that one. It's gonna really surprise you, I promise you that. And Forspoken, this game is aiming to be the best looking open world game of all time. Hey, I'm not saying it. That's what the developers have said. They have gone on record saying they want to be the best looking open world game ever created to date. So we have some brand new gameplay clips from them, and also some new updates about, yes, you guessed it, Fable, of course, is coming from Microsoft, and Playground Games, the same guys that made, Forza Horizon, and got an update about Halo Infinite as well. So let's dive in. Hey everyone, what's happening? Open World Games here, hope you're doing good, and we're gonna dive straight into this right now. First of all, starting with this brand new Superman game that is being rumored to be worked on by Warner Bros. Games Montreal. Let's take a look and see what this news article has to say. It comes from PlayStationLifestyle.net. They go on to say the following: Warner Bros. Games Montreal is hard at work on Gotham Knights, but this isn't the only project they have had in the works. According to a recent job advert, the team is hard at work on a third-person open-world action game, as spotted by Reset Era serial leaker, James Sigfield has hinted that this project is likely to be a Superman game, while WB Games Montreal's creative director has also been dropping a few subtle references to the superhero. You know, we haven't even ever seen a next-gen open world Superman game at all. I would love to see this. Would it be tied into the Justice League? That's the biggest question, of course. Now, it goes on to say this: the team's AAA new IP has been known about for quite a while thanks to a job listing that appeared a couple months after the announcement of Gotham Knights. The new job listing is for a 3C game designer who will design playable characters for a third-person open-world action game. While this could fit into the premise of Gotham Knights, many feel it more likely to be a new AAA title. Sigfield also previously leaked the premise of Gotham Knights before the game was announced, as well as Rocksteady's focus on Suicide Squad. This lends more weight to his hints that the new game will be a Superman title. And you can see the hints and teases here out on Twitter right here. And there's even more from James Sigfield. Again, this guy is a reputable leaker. He did leak Gotham Knights, so that is very, very noteworthy. But also, there's something here within the actual Twitter post as well. It goes on to say this: Sigfield has since been discussing the merits of a Superman game with fellow Twitter users, and several of his tweets have been liked by WB Games Montreal's creative director, Patrick Redding. So that's kind of also a clue here. Now it says, while this could all be coincidence, especially as I'm not sure Superman could be described as a new IP, a Superman game is long overdue, and the studio does have a history with the franchise. In terms of games universe, Superman would technically be a new IP, of course, for the developer, just as the Batman Arkham series of games was a new IP despite Batman being established. So I expect, honestly, this rumor to pan out. I would not be surprised if they would be working on an open world Superman game. It is, like the article said, long overdue. We need it, and I would be extremely excited to see what they could do with an open world Superman on next gen consoles, and of course PC especially. Now, what about Dragon Age? Check this out. This one I'm so hyped for. I really hope it pans out good because, you know, BioWare, they absolutely nailed it with, of course, the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. Let's see what they could do with Dragon Age. Now, Dragon Age 4, here's the rumor. It says Dragon Age 4 is the alpha coming to the PlayStation Store. So we have rumors that there is an alpha that will be appearing ahead of EA Play. And of course, EA Play is going to be in July. I believe it's July 22nd. Yes, July 22nd. And according to this rumor, we will be seeing an alpha that has been listed on the PlayStation database. Here's what the article goes on to say. It says, over the last few days, the PlayStation Game-Size Twitter account is proving increasingly useful thanks to the information extracted from the PlayStation Store database. And in this regard, the latest discoveries concern the long-awaited Dragon Age 4. In fact, according to what was declared by the Twitter profile, the alpha version of Dragon Age 4 is about to be inserted on the Sony Digital Store, whose release should be scheduled for the month of July 2021. Now, this doesn't mean that there's going to be a playable alpha for everyone. That is not what it means. It just means that there's going to be people testing out Dragon Age on consoles ahead of the EA Play event. This is actually pretty common practice as well, where people can get in there and test it out. But it also indicates that this game, you know, of course, is not in beta and it is not ready for release at all. We'll see what they say at EA Play, if they can give us a release date or hone in on that. But hopefully this game enters beta sooner than later, of course, because I am very, very excited about this one for sure. I love Dragon Age, and I would love to see BioWare make a huge comeback, of course. Now, also, let's talk about the Sony Experience as well. Now, this one is supposedly going to be happening on July 8th, according to a new, I guess you would say, leak. It says Sony Experience on July 8th, according to juxvideo.com, and they are the biggest French video game website. The quote is this: Sony may reveal a little bit more details about this at its PlayStation Experience event on July 8th. So I expect this one to be true, of course, because, of course, you guys know that PlayStation was not present at E3. They do their own thing, and they can get away with that, of course, because they are the top-selling console right now. Now, we're playing some Ghost of Tsushima gameplay in the background. I can't tell you guys how much I absolutely adore this game. I love it. One of my favorite open-world single-player games ever, honestly. Now, some exciting news about this one. Ghost of Tsushima single-player DLC is rumored to be coming soon. It says, started from the Ghost of Tsushima coming to PC rumors. It seems the rumors were actually about a Ghost of Tsushima single-player DLC that is supposedly to be revealed, at Sony's next event, which of course would be around July 8th. Now it says, according to Nick from Xbox Era, it's a DLC in the size of Gears Hivebusters. Also, Catharsis T can confirm that there is a game of, I'm thinking Game of Thrones. Every single time I see GOT, I think of Game of Thrones. Ghost of Tsushima single player DLC in the works, but apparently it shouldn't have been leaked in her opinion. Nick emphasizes as well that someone will get in trouble for this leak. Oh boy, and the DLC also has a 2021 release target. Wow, that'd be amazing. More Ghost of Tsushima in 2021, yes, please. Now, update says, seems like the official name is Ghost of Ikishima as well. So that's the rumored name of this big single-player DLC. But man, let me tell you what, I really hope that this pans out to be true. And I really do also hope that it's kind of like what they did with, what was it, the Uncharted franchise, how they released that $40 big experience. I'm for that. Honestly, I am totally for that, especially when it comes to franchises that I love and adore. So, Sony, I really hope that this one is really big. Now, also, let's talk about what the SpiderMan developer is up to. Let's head on over here and talk about it. So, it says this right here. SpiderMan Ratchet & Clank developer is working on a multiplayer project. There's not many clues yet, but Insomniac seems to be incorporating melee combat and a narrative focus, again, into a multiplayer project. A lot of people are wondering if this is the rebirth of Resistance. Now, they go on to say this in the actual article itself. They say the makers of Ratchet & Clank and Marvel's Spider-Man, Insomniac Games, appears to be gearing up for work on a project with heavy emphasis on multiplayer. This comes from multiple job postings at the studio, which Insomniac says are for a multiplayer project. Among other roles, Insomniac is looking for a creative director, a story lead, an art director, and a systems designer specifically for multiplayer systems. What could they be up to? This is really interesting. I do have other theories about this as well. Could it be a possible co-op centric Marvel type experience, considering that they have such a good relationship with Marvel with their Spider-Man game. You know, it would be interesting to see a multiverse Spider-Man co-op game in the future. That's just me speculating, of course, but who knows? That could be something that could be working on. Now, let's talk about a little game called Forspoken. Now, this one looks absolutely amazing, and the developers recently have posted some new clips. Let's take a look at what they posted, and they speak about in this development diary of sorts that they want to be the best looking open world game to date, that they are offering the highest quality visuals ever in an open world game. And we can see by these clips, I love the look of this game, and most notably, the traversal system looks super impressive. Can they pull off being the best looking open world game ever created? Only time will tell. We'll have to wait and see. But from what they have shown so far, it is more than impressive. As you can see right here, we have the Forspoken logo. But they don't have much gameplay. They do show this, which is apparently in-game engine technology, which by itself is absolutely impressive. This is developer Luminous Productions, and they're using this new AMD tech to make it happen. So yeah, we'll see if they can pull it off. It's a big statement to say that they're going to be the best looking open world game. We shall see, because already there's some heavy hitters coming up here. I think of Horizon Zero Dawn as well. And mentioning that developer as well, we have Guerrilla news. You know, Guerrilla Games, the guys that made this game, they're hiring a lead writer potentially for an unannounced MMO RPG. Now, Guerrilla Games, you know, Guerrilla Studios, they're familiar with multiplayer games. Of course, they brought us Killzone, so it could be possible we could be seeing something in that vein being created behind the scenes, that they would be revisiting the multiplayer realm. It says, according to a recent job listing, Guerrilla is looking for an experienced writer who lead the writing team for one of Guerrilla's projects, extensive knowledge of stories and narrative design in online games, MMO, RPGs, and open world RPG games. So, interesting stuff coming from the Horizon Zero Dawn team. What they already worked on with, of course, the Horizon franchise, Horizon Forbidden West, as you are seeing right now. Dude, it looks amazing. Everything coming from PlayStation absolutely looks incredible, and that begs the question, what is Microsoft up to? Well, plenty. Of course, you guys know that they have purchased Bethesda. They've got a lot in that library that we can look forward to, but also we have an update about Fable 4. This game, let me tell you what, I love Fable. I cannot wait to see what Playground Studios does with this one. Of course, they brought us Forza Horizon. Goes on to say this, Xbox boss gives update on Fable 4, stating their fans should take confidence in Forza Horizon 5 devs. They go on to say, we can't wait to get to show more, but the team is just amazing. And honestly, after what they've created previously, I believe it. Their tech is outstanding in all regards, whether it is, you know, the streaming, the actual open world, and the multiplayer systems. All of it is super impressive. So if Fable ends up having cooperative play, which I imagine it probably would, considering the franchise's history, you know, I think it's in good hands. I really do, and that update alone gives me tons of confidence in what they're doing, and also I'm super hyped. Now, what about Halo Infinite? We have the infamous leaker for this game, Tom Henderson. He's been leaking out stuff which time and time again have always proven to be ending up true. He goes on to say this on Twitter. He says, Halo Infinite should release in mid-November. And then we have this pixelated GIF right here. But yeah, that's the current rumor that it would be releasing out in mid-November. And, you know, Xbox has also stated that they are very confident. They're shooting for holiday 2021. We'll see what happens. They have not given a 100% firm release date, which of course is a little bit concerning for people as well. Now, we did get another update about another open world game from Ubisoft, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora. And there was an interesting article about how they talked about this game being next-gen only and how it has to be next-gen only for them to really realize their dreams with this game. Of course, they did confirm it's going to be first person, but because it's next-gen only, they're going to be able to create weather systems that are absolutely impressive and also use ray tracing technology across the entire open world, which would definitely not be possible if this had been shared with previous gen consoles. Also, we're going to be seeing destruction in this game where trees will be toppling over because of wildlife panicking due to the war that's going on between the Na'vi and the humans. So that's going to be really cool. NPCs will also be interacting with what is going on with you, your progression. The day and night system will change how NPCs interact with the world, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of technology going into this game, and I can't wait to see how it pans out. Now, flying is going to be a really big part with the game, as you just saw, and because it's next gen only, they're able to make an entire world in the cloud, so to speak. Their cloud system is absolutely incredible, at least according to them. I can't wait to play this one, honestly. I am a huge fan of the Avatar movie, and I can't wait to see what James Cameron brings to theaters and also what Ubisoft brings to this universe. So curious to see what happens with that one for sure. Now, there's another game that you guys know that I update about often, and that's a game called Outriders. Is it worth revisiting Outriders at this time? I can confirm 100% it absolutely is time, if you have been on the fence about this game, to absolutely revisit it, because they have upped the legendary drop rates by 100%. They've also adjusted a bunch of other systems with the game, and it is feeling so much better than it has ever felt. And if you've been like, this game, you know, if you've been like one that has abandoned this game, questioning it, I think it's time for you to give it another chance, another go, and check it out, because it has improved greatly. It's rewarding. Finally, it is absolutely rewarding, and they've actually pulled off what Anthem was trying to do. They did it. They adjusted the loot system. Wasn't in time. I think they should have adjusted it a lot sooner. That's the only bummer about this one. That loot change should have came way before the other changes, at least in my opinion. But anyway, the game has had a very rough launch. This franchise had a rough start, and now it's starting to really mellow out and find its groove, I guess you would say. So that's really exciting to see with Outriders. I myself really enjoyed the game. But yeah, anyway, there it is, the latest happenings around all things open world games. Stay tuned for more open world gaming goodness. I will keep you guys up to date and in the know. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.